Let's do this. Hello, people. Another beautiful day. Yup. Hope your five senses work and hope your health and strength is good. What? And today is what? The fourth day of February. What's up, Armored Core fans? You know, Armored Core fans, Transformer fans, Gundam fans. What's that? Virtual on Cyber Trooper fans, Titanfall fans, Mech Warrior fans. What's up with it? Well, I got some news on this Armored Core 6. Listen to this. Found a little article on Armored Core 6. Oh, and by the way, I will leave the Armored Core 6 trailer in the video link so you can watch it. Listen to this. Armored Core 6 has something to do with Dark Souls, Elden Rings, and of course Skyrim. Listen to this. Says Armored Core 6 developer says Dark Souls and Elden Rings changed us. Says here Armored Core 6 Fire of Rubicon comes after From Software was changed by its development on Dark Souls, Elden Rings, and more. Skyrim, say a producer at the studio. It says it may have been 10 years, but the classic From Software mecha and robot game series is back with Armored Core 6 of Rubicon. And a producer at the studio has talked about how the experience of making Souls-like games from Dark Souls to Sekiro and Elden Rings has changed the team and its level of experience, making this Armored Core game the best it can be. Not unless Armored Core 7 got something to say about it. But anyway, it says here, this comes via From Software producer Yasutaka Ogura, who appeared in an hour-long Armored Core segment at a recent Taipei game show. Ogura talked about reintroducing the hit series with Armored Core 6 after a decade-long absence, and how working on the likes of Dark Souls and Elden Rings has changed the studio in that time. When asked about the major difference in Armored Core 6, Ogura says, as 10 years have passed between Armored Core titles, we at From Software had developed so many other titles in the interim of Dark Souls 2 to Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3, and of course others like Sekiro, Shadow Die Twice, and the most recent of Elden Rings, all of which changed us. Yeah, that Sekiro ain't no joke, man. that game is challenging. Anyway, it says here the experience and the know-how that our game designer and developers built up through these titles were able to be made use of in Armored Core 6. Ogura continues. You can see the full interview with subtitles below, and I will leave the interview plus the Armored Core trailer. Anyway, it says here it's already been made clear by From Software that Armored Core 6 is not a soul-like, but that it does borrow from styles from Sekiro. So don't go into the mecha game expecting fast rolls and open-ended levels. That said, making 8 soul-like between investing in Armored Core games undoubtedly means things have changed at From Software, from staff to development practice. Ogura also says it's taken a decade to get back to Armored Core 6, as From Software always had so many different titles on the go, which impact the team resource allocation with the success of Dark Souls and the Souls-like gems as a whole. It's not surprised that From Software wanted to capitalize on their ideas. While Hidetaka Miyazaki isn't directing Armored Core 6, which falls to Masaru Yamamura Ogura. Boy, these Japanese names are funny. Does mention that Miyazaki Miyazaki. Sounds like let's see, familiar with the name Yamazaki of King of Fighters. Anyway, says here was Armored Core 6 initial game director, meaning he was involved with the team's work on the early stages of the game, like maps, design, and action fundamentals. If you're looking for something similar to Armored Core 6 while you wait for it to release this year, we've got a breakdown of the best space games and best RPG games, both of which will have some crossover elements and mechanics with From Software next release. And that's the end of the article. So, games like, Dark Souls, Elden Rings, Shakura Die Twice. That game is challenging. It gave the developers ideas, for Armored Core 6, so they, be expecting a lot. You be expecting to see that type of element, within Armored Core 6. Game developers, when it comes to developing games, developers draw inspiration from other titles. So it gives them idea, gives them a vision, a dream of creating something. So developer, games that developers make, motivate them to work on other titles. And this is what Armored Core 6 has done. This is what Dark Souls, Elden Rings, Shakura Die Twice, and others have done to these From Software developers, And now they're gonna take those ideas and apply it to Armored Core 6. And we, like they say, we have to wait until the game gets developed and then go on from there, So right now, all we can do is be patient, but it's been overdue, So it's been 10 years. It's been 10 years. It's been a decade since they last made a Armored Core. Yeah, it was overdue. So the good thing is that they didn't get burned out. They didn't get burned out by by making Armored Core. They took a break from it, went and created something else. Take a break from it, and they had to recalibrate, regroup, and then create other games. And then when the motivation and inspiration comes around to make a Armored Core, then they can do it. So, and it's kind of like what to me, like what Rocksteady did with our Batman Arkham series. They took a break from it, but they're building other games to give them. It's like they're building other games to give them ideas for the next Batman game whenever they decide to make it. So, like Suicide Squad, Killer Justice League, and probably Gotham Knights probably gave them some idea. Like, when it's time to create a new Batman game, we got the ideas and the concepts down. They just took a break from it, so they don't burn themselves out, but they'll get back to it. And that's what From Software did with Armored Core. They made a whole bunch of them, took a break from it, went and create other games, but the motivation was still there. The passion, the love, the motivation was still there to create that game. So yeah, now they're back at it. So be on the lookout for Armored Core 6. And then when it comes to Batman now with Rocksteady, they'll get back to it. They'll get back to it. They're just taking a break from it because it took a lot out of them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we'll see when that time comes. But for Armored Core 6, oh yeah, that game is overdue. It's overdue. 10 years. So we'll see what the 10-year break did when they when we'll see like what the 10-year break did and what those other games inspired them to create Armored Core 6 brought to the table. So we shall see, man. So be patient, but right now that's all I got on Armored Core 6. I will leave the link in the description box for the video. Anyway, nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars, Star Trek thing. Or Dark Side. Come on. Peace.